What's going on, YouTube model community? Rat Rod Mac coming at you from Wrestling Rod's Garage. Finally got one finished again. Another one. I started this one back in November. This is the 25 T Fruitwagon. Finished this up Rat Rod style. The finish I went with, got the idea off of a rat rod on one of the Facebook pages where it's kind of got a nice satiny semi-gloss finish to some what I call a faux rat, more or less. I did chop the top. We got the welds on here. I did with the weld decals from Arrow. Sorry about that. Mailman had to drop off the mail and it drives the dogs nuts. Anyways, back to, I call it the faux rat because of the finish. The welds are Arrow decals. I did something a little different. I put the radiator in the back of this one. See if we can't lift this up here and show you a little bit better. Get her locked down. Give her a spin. I did cut out the bed so you get an airflow through there. The wood floor is actual balsa wood that I put some different acrylics on to give it a kind of a newish look to it. It's the little age to it, but not a lot. I cut the bed out and then I added all these little ribs in there. This is the Detail Master, one of the electric fans. VGC resin fuel tank, rat rod fuel tank. Fuel cap I had in the parts box. Got the I think it's a VGC resin radiator cap. Spin it around here. I did put the header flanges on, which is something I like to do since Chevy Cheeseburger got me onto these header flanges. They make just that nice little subtle difference. It just looks like more realistic. We'll drop her back down here for a second. Excuse the wobble. I did do something different on this car that I've never done. You can see the wires that run through. If we can zoom in, is an actual. It's one of the Detail Master wire looms. That was a pain, and of course they're upside down, but then so are the headers. If I'd have done it the other way, I'd have put them on right side up and the wires would have been underneath them. The valve covers are the ones Extreme had from Sweet Scale Detail when I bought some of those. I got the fuel lines plumbed, and since the radiator's in the back, I had to make I took aluminum line and bent it, run it down the front of the block, and then under the other side I made pipes, cooling lines to run all the way to the back, and then just run hoses to get them apart. And of course we got the drive shaft and added brake lines. That was a last minute thing. I got to that point in the build where it's going to look better with brake lines. You can't really tell in the video, but they run from the master cylinder over. And, we've got aluminum pulleys and belts. It's actually got kind of a neat look from the front since it doesn't have a grill in the radiator, so you just see the engine in there. Back up we go a little bit. The interior, I just put wood in on the floor. You'll see in the pictures. I just did a wood piece for the dash, and then I put the Protect street rod gauges in it. The steering link is made from brass rod and dirt modeler rod ends. Some of the places where I got little, looks like little bolts going through my big fat arm. It's not going to focus. I did the pin heads through there, and then on the shocks, and through the oh yeah, that thing right there. It's escaping my mind. And of course, I went with the big tires and wheels. I was going to go with fenders, but I didn't really like them the way they looked when I put them on there, so I just tossed them in the box for something else. The seats I made, they're pipe hand. I was looking for something different for this build, and I found something that I was going to use. They were seats out of a Subaru Brat, and I saw these I made. They just fit the build better. But that's it. That's the 25T fruit, or as Tanya calls it, I call it rat rod. She calls it the fruit wagon still. So, but it was actually kind of wild. I started in November, but you know, I was coming across parts to find and putting all the pulleys in the motor. I did that a different way. Running a radiator like that, had to figure out how to run the lines down, and just little things. It took a little more thought and prep to go into it before I just knocked it out in a week. So I think it turned out pretty good. I'm liking it. It's kind of on I've only got one other one that's got this kind of finish on it, and for the most part, but that's the most detail I've ever put in the motor. I even put those little wing nut dealies on the. Why is it getting so bright? There we go. Yeah, I got the little wing nuts you can see on the valve covers. Thank you, Chip. Your advice helped. I had to ask the guy that's done it how he did it, and I took his advice, and I found the way it worked for me, and it worked out. So I even put the boots on the distributor cap. I never do that. So that's it. If you'd asked where the headers came from, I couldn't tell you. They came out of the parts box. I don't know what motor. I actually don't know where this motor came from. It was, I think, a parts box motor I just threw together. But that's it. That's my fruit wagon, as the wife calls it. It turned out pretty good for what I was trying to achieve and accomplish, and I think I got it right. And hope everybody enjoyed it, and we'll talk to you later. Wow, this is a forever video. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you later.